There we go. Got my sound back. NFB. No. CPI. Just eating my avocado pineapple tomato soup combo. Wow, you guys think CPI up, huh? For those that said higher, what prices have gone up? What prices have gone up? No one wants to answer that? What prices have gone up? For those that are saying higher. Cold shoulder this morning, huh? right, we'll get going. All right. Como allez-vous? How are you? Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 21,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance. Now, I think there was a Windows update last night because I had to re-add the microphone. I bet you if I go to the risk warning, you're not going to hear me. Let's see. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. All right, so hey, welcome to CPI. Now, I asked you several times, I don't know, nobody answered, but for those that thought CPI is going to be higher, what prices have gone up? You should be able to answer that. Cool, pretty simple. All right, so answer that. Right now, there is a poll. I'd like you to respond to it. And in about 4 minutes, we have the CPI release. Very cool. So why don't we just get on with that? And what we want to get to is a couple of different things. I am voting that CPI headline is going to be lower. And there's two things I think I'd like to point out while we wait for the information to come out. And oil's been much of the month. Now, this is the last few days, but much of the month oil has fallen. And that means gasoline prices are probably down, and that would impact headline inflation. But then when you go to labor market, you go to wages, okay, and they're up slightly but down from before. So you could see, like, I think what will happen is core will end up being the same, and headline is going to be down a little bit. But if you argue up because of the uptick in wages, I'm cool with that, man. Let's go to TRADARS. Oh, got to log in. Two minutes. And let's see, less that, right? If the actual is less than, then it seems like dollar weakness, dollar weakness, dollar weakness, dollar weakness, dollar weakness. If it's greater than, it looks like dollar strength, dollar strength, dollar strength. And equal, mostly dollar strength, it looks like, huh? USD yen. So if it's equal to or greater than, probably dollar strength. If it's less than, probably dollar weakness. Notice that on euro dollar, there's no scalp unless it's greater than or equal to. So interesting, less than doesn't have a scalp. Interesting, isn't it? I I think that's interesting. There's no scalp on euro dollar, huh? Rolling, rolling, rolling. Now, if you get the number faster, post it, please. Headline. Don't put month over month. I'll blurt it out if I get it faster than the calendar. Remember, blurt out year over year. Is it going to be 3.5 or higher or lower? 3.3, 3.3. So headline down. So I was right on that. And then I said core would be the same, but core is lower. All right. That looks good. Oh, and we're over here pulling this up. Cool. All right, good. Core 3.3 and 3. Right, these are good. All right. So, so if you go back to, okay, if it's less than consensus, it may just work, but not on a scalp, right? TRADARS was hoping for something better than 0.2. Oops, I went too far out. But nonetheless could be interesting. So you could count it. So again, it was hoping for 0.1 or something. And so 0.2 is, I don't know, that actually could be considered a miss. But I almost thought that would be better if actual, okay, so let us look. That kind of puts us down. Depends. I mean, that's the thing. Depends if you consider it a miss or not, huh? And so we'll go to euro dollar. Oh, my charts are dead. Oh, my charts are dead. I didn't know these charts died on me. Oh, hang on. I might have to, what was the cure to this? I had to reinstall MT4, huh? Oh, shoot. I'm going to have to reinstall. Pretty sure that that's the solution, isn't it? Oh, man. So I got this Windows update, and it's ruined everything. Let me try this. I think maybe there's just an update. It's dangerous when you get Windows updates, huh? Just, why do I have to reinstall my microphone? I don't know. All right. Okay, better. Okay, so the market is interpreting this as a win. Okay, so they consider it a win. Now, TRADARS, remember, was looking for even better than this. But it seemed to me like, in general, it was it's decent. Both core and headline are lower than before. So TRADARS thought it was a miss, but, I don't know. I'm kind of going with the market here and thinking ahead a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I like it. I like it. So everything so dollar is weak, which is risk on. The interpretation here is that the Fed can cut interest rates. That's the whole thing. Look at commodities. And I'm sitting on Bitcoin right now. Lovely to you, mum. So that makes me feel good. I'm down at 66 or 67. So, all right, 69 and change. Keep going, Bubba. Keep going. So, okay, so that's good. I have... So remember, several days ago I bought this, and then it came up, and then I bought here, and then I got kicked out during yesterday's webinar. It'd come down a little bit, and I'm like, I understand that this is a buy zone, but I'm worried it's going to drop 2% while I'm sitting here coaching. So I actually bailed on it, but I caught it again later in the day, and now so I got twosies on that one. And I think it's the only thing I'm really sitting on, right? Yeah, so I have equivalent of 400 pips, basically, huh? Okay. There you go. So if you're a swing trader, 400 pip week is okay. It's not good, but it's okay. I should be on this one here, though, huh? That's the problem. I should probably have closer to 500. Boo-hoo. So sad for me, right? S&P 500, loving it. Remember, though, I was bullish on NASDAQ and bearish on Dow. And by bullish and bearish, I mean if we have risk on, I buy NASI, and if I have risk off, I sell Dow. And, the NASI took off. NASI was the trade, you see? NASI was the trade. Remember, I'm not predicting the future. I'm responding to market conditions, right? So if the market conditions were favorable for risk off, I would take the Dow down. And the opposite happened. We had our up, a little pullback, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So that's good. That benefits me. I'm loving it. Good. But really, my exposure has more to do with, with the S&P 500. And so this is all good for me. I love it when it's good for me. So again, a reminder to everybody, we are going to do the Council of Investment Advisors today, and it is a council meeting. I will be wearing a tie. Yes, and we will rebalance and we will deploy new capital. So we will make some new investments today. The agenda, we'll start at noon. We'll spend about an hour and a half doing our normal monthly performance review. And then I thought I'd go to YouTube and we would get the news, get the summary of economic projections, read them, watch the beginning of the press conference, and then head back to the second half of the meeting where we discuss the dot plot, positioning, and then what we should rotate or rebalance, and we can discuss new investment opportunities. And there's something like $3,000 in new money to add to new positions. And that should probably only take, 2.5, 3 hours? So, cool. Which means if you're not in my CIA, I don't know why, you should. But on the second part of that is, we can meet up here. Or maybe we'll do it at the TRADARS website. Maybe we'll do that. So I don't know if I can live stream on that yet. So I'll set a schedule somewhere. Maybe I'll do it at QuantBox. Maybe I'll do it here. Maybe we'll just do it here, huh? So anyways, that's our agenda. What do you think? All right. So far this morning, not one person has responded to any of my questions. So let's do this. Can you hear me? There was a microphone problem, right? Good. Good. Well, that's something. Yeah. All right. That's a start. I guess you guys are scalping or something, huh? All right. So I thought we'd have lower headline and flat core. Big Perm. Yeah, so how come you have not joined us, Big Perm? Well, once again, guys, remember I pointed out very clearly that wages have stabilized, and wage growth was like 6, and now it's 4 and falling. And gasoline prices have been down all month, so it's not too crazy to think that there'd be a small improvement, right? So anyways, this is really good. Nice little pullbacks. Things I'd like to point out. In periods like this, you hear in the media that it's all over, it's all done, we're all doomed, everything's bad again. Okay. Well, joining would make a big a step toward effort. Okay. So it's kind of funny. You're like, I want to join. I need to increase my effort. Well, yeah, we'll join. Then you'd increase your effort. Like, right? Yeah. I mean, right there you go. Anywho, we do have fun, but it is very professional. Okay. So again, turn the media off during these little pullbacks. You hear it's the end of the world, and then when you look at it, all we did was pull back to the 21 EMA and then rallied up, and you're like, wait, that's no big deal. I know. Morning, doctor. Okay, so anyways, so that's what you would expect. Going back to the oil, I would suspect that today's news would benefit these two oil trades. The thing is, we've already hit the target for the day. So, like, if I was a day trader of oil, you see how stupid easy this was. I bought it here, and this is the target. I could be done. And this is what I teach actually by no later than 10:30 in the morning. I am done trading oil. Just done. Okay. This is day trading. This is right out of the day trading course. Okay. Remember, the courses are only $88 a year. So, like, there's no excuse. If you don't know what this is, I'm like, whoa, dude, you don't know how to trade. So what I'd be doing if I were me the rest of the day, I'd be watching this price here, just like I did this. Okay, super easy trade, right? Yeah. Dr. Drizzle wants to know what I think. What I think about pound yen. Well, first of all, I don't think anything. So I'm not sure what you're asking. It's such an... so are you asking about technical trades? Well, I'll tell you what is. I'll tell you is. So if you want that, I'll just show you Forex. Turn them all off except pound yen. There you go. Okay. I don't think anything. Nothing exists. See? We're looking at pound yen. So do you know what this is telling us? There's nothing. There's nothing. Maybe FXG. I think that is linked to a feature we're building. So later. So anyways, technically, Dr. Drizzle, there's nothing. Oh, investorbootcamp.com. It's 88 hours long. Okay. All right. So then I go to QuantBox. Because again, asking me my opinion, what a low value. Asking a YouTube guru what he thinks. You shouldn't listen to any YouTube gurus. They're knuckleheads. But so when we look at it fundamentally, we can take a closer look at that. And for that, I would go down to yen pairs. And I'd go to pound. And then I'd expand. And I don't think anything. I'm neutral. So Dr. Drizzle, in usually like something more like 30 seconds, right? So this took a little longer because I was showing and explaining. But if you really had a question like that, like should you be trading pound yen? Well, I'm looking at 20-year and 5-year seasonality. I'm looking at yen and pound for GDP and inflation and employment and interest rates. I could tell you retail traders are 68% short. I could tell you institutional investors are 63% long. So they're trading against each other. There's when you look at when you look at all the data together, it just doesn't score an interesting score in the moment. So this would be a better trade typically around September, huh? So for some reason, this is struggling to load. Maybe I'll try it again. I'll go to Euro and I'll come back. Might be Google. The Google database has been slow lately. So this isn't QuantBox. It's the Google Cloud has been slow. So anyways, it's struggling to load. But, look, we can look at this. So it's got a bullish trend reading, but seasonality isn't great. So seasonality is down. The current technical trend is up. And everything else is a mixed bag, like these guys are long and these guys are short. Now, notice it says retail sentiment 1, and yet they're short. Well, the standard operating procedure is if the retail market is heavily short or heavily long, as smart money, because we're smart money, We trade against these guys. So they're heavily short, which means they're wrong and you should be a bull, right? But right now we're struggling to get any grip on this trade. So it's up, but there's very little rationale for it in the moment. Now, you might still be trading central bank intervention, okay, but that might be a dead horse. Pound is strong right now because, well, wages are down and unemployment is up, and that puts a September cut for the Bank of England. Okay, great. But then I look at this fundamentally, and it's a shame it didn't load, stupid Google. But then when I look at it here, when you're looking at technical analysis and you're looking at 12 to 15 of the most reliable patterns proven in the trading world using technical analysis, and then you look at pound yen on multiple time frames, short, medium, and long, like 2 hour, 4 hour, so on and so forth, all the way out to a couple of days, there are no patterns. Okay. Eskimo, hey, can you join summer school? Yes, you can, and everything's recorded. The most important thing I would say is the very first meeting is sort of like the ground rules meeting, this setting the stage meeting. So watch that one. I think it's an hour and 15 minutes. And then watch the at least just one of the other videos, which are a market open video. Watch one of those and then be ready to join the other ones. And they've already had multiple meetings. So, for example, they meet twice a day, pre-London, pre-New York. So attend both if you can. If you're like, man, that's 2 o'clock in the morning for me, I can't do it. Well, then attend the morning one at 8 a.m. Okay? And then watch the recording of the other one. You see? Yeah. And then next Monday is a very exciting meeting, right? So to get a couple of market opens, 3 or 4 or 5 market opens, you want to attend those before Monday, because Monday is going to be a spectacular meeting. So, Dr. Drizzle, I hope I've hit this hard. What do I think about pound yen? First of all, don't ask anybody their opinion. Get the facts. And very easily with QuantBox, I'm like, oh, that's what it's struggling with. Interesting. You're looking at the wrong asset. You're likely to get mediocre or disappointing results. Do you want to know what to look at, Dr. Drizzle? Ask me that. Hey, Wayne, if pound yen's not the thing to be watching for, what should I be looking at today? Well, that's a way better question than what do you think about pound yen? I'm like, I don't think anything about it. What should you be looking at? Well, I like to organize my thoughts. So this is what I think. I think these things are bullish, but they're actually moving down. And then when I scroll, come on, dude, scroll with me, dude. These are the things I'm bearish on. So, Swissy is strong. There's no doubt, or at least economically should be. Right, macroeconomically should be, and then they turn out they are. Well, that's good because it's logical. But then this is longer term stuff, right? But look at QuantBox is bullish on NASDAQ. NASDAQ's killing it today. Yeah. All right, so then you go out to like, well, here's something interesting. The money market turned ever so slightly bullish today. Isn't that interesting? That crossover is bullish. A down move is up for the stock market. and the stock market's up, but this occurred yesterday. So, hot money was already on the risk on trade. But what I want to get to is this is likely to change today. The market is not even open for another half an hour. But what is likely to happen is this starts to turn bullish both daily and weekly. Okay. All right, so Dr. Drizzle, was that helpful? Where you're like, what do I think about pound yen? I'm like, you shouldn't even be thinking about pound yen. Yeah. Yeah. So again, that's easy. So for example, like on the monthly risk on, in this scenario, you probably want to buy euro or Aussie or CAD or Kiwi or S&P 500, for example. And to trade against those, you probably want to sell Swissy, but Swissy's strong right now, so you should already know that and decide, well, maybe yen, maybe dollar. So, yeah, okay. And of course, you could put pound on here too, just as easily. So you could say, you could look at pound yen, but it's not an economic play per se. But in a risk-on environment, that's acceptable. And then you could argue your interest in pound yen because unemployment has risen, wages have fallen, and that allows the Bank of England to cut interest rates in September. Oh, so what would that look like? So now that's your argument. You're like, well, Wayne, that's why I want to look at it. Oh, well, see, I actually knew all that. But you should have those opinions already, right? Again, never ask a YouTuber what they think. And yet, look at this. Google Cloud is struggling this morning. Yeah. Come on, Google. I'm going to change these. This is what the Bank of England is thinking. Okay, they're going to cut interest rates in the first quarter of next year. The idea is, with the newer information, you know, this drops or this drops. Okay? This is what the Bank of England has told us interest rates are going to be in the future. I don't listen to people's guesses about what they think the Bank of England is going to do. They've already told us what they're going to do. That's the only thing I care about, is what the Bank of England. This data is pulled from the Bank of England. So in the future, if this changes, then that's interesting. And we're already thinking that could happen because of the new economic data that we've pulled. So I'm like, okay, that's good. That's good. And then maybe this comes down, and therefore you're going to argue you want to own some pound. So another way of looking at it is the Bank of England. So we're in the second quarter. Okay, we're in the second quarter. And the Bank of England told us they expected inflation to be 3.4. Okay? So if it's lower than 3.4, they could drop one of these dots, which is the interest rate. So then that begs the question, well, what is inflation? Is it higher than 3.4 or is it lower than 3.4? Well, luckily, you can very quickly look at that. So we'll look at pound. And inflation is 2.3. What? So that is way lower than the projection. So yeah, they can pull forward. Okay, they can pull forward the interest rate cut. So that puts the cut now on September and not January. Oh, but again, that's probably not what you were asking me, right, Dr. Drizzle? You're like, should I buy it or should I sell it? I don't answer questions like that. Okay. Yeah. So this is what's going on right now. Look at all these beautiful patterns, huh? Lovely. So, oops, I didn't want to go there. It's interesting that TRADARS wanted a much bigger cut, so it's counting it as a miss, right? But so it's done this, and it thinks euro dollar is going to be higher 4 hours from now. And I say, okay, TRADARS, that's cool, but show me how you got to that conclusion. And now it says, okay, well, back on May 15th, there was a pop and a drop and a resumption and a high close. November 14th, it just rallied up for all day long for 4 hours and high close. Back on July 12th, it rallied up with a high close. You're like, well, what about these other ones? Well, that isn't the scenario. Okay? So, okay, you see, it's not the scenario. These are only the scenarios that we have now. September 13th, 2023 was not the same. It came out as expected. August 10th, it came out as a different scenario. So you got a different result. So it's ignoring all that. It's just telling us under these circumstances, this is what has happened in the past. And there's a 75% of a higher close. Price will be higher in 4 hours. What do I think? I don't think anything. I'm informed. Okay? Guessing's for amateurs. Cool. So anyways, making money on the oil. Please keep going, Bitcoin. So we can go to that euro. And yeah, well, QuantBox has seen a big jump like this and then a giant pullback. Now, in that scenario, it would be about here would be the giant pullback. Let me adjust my pivot points. Is that the right one? Yeah. Okay, so we'll leave that there. So there were two scenarios that we've seen in the past with CPI in similar situations. Most of them were like this. And a close. The other situation that we saw was the up, the down, and then the resumption, and about the same end result. What do you think of that? Come on, guys, tell me you're happy. Tell me this is amazing. That you have this level of detail and granularity in all your trading now. I'm taking our coaching, right, our performance coaching and analysis team, and I'm folding it into TRADARS. I'm taking QuantBox and all the fundamental analysis. I'm going to fold it into TRADARS. I'm going to get you a broker or a prop firm, and I'm going to fold it into TRADARS. And this will be one giant platform, right? The foundation to your trading and investing careers. And you will build this future on top of this platform. Okay, it's going to be an all-in-one resource. And you'll never listen to a guru again. You will never listen to somebody on TV again. You will never read other people's opinions about what it means. You don't need it anymore. You will be informed. Yeah, Denise is on the this one, our counter trend. What she saw here is this. And in this circumstance that Denise observed, okay, it had to do with the time. It's a time issue. And because we were here this time of the week, it sets up a counter trend. And the counter trend takes you to this price. And that's probably where Denise got out. And we speak the same language, right? She knows because that's in the training course. It's like, you don't know that? Well, Denise knows it. I know it. How come you don't know it? I didn't pay the $88. Uh-huh. All right, well, good luck. See if you can figure it out. Figure it out on your own. Did you not understand how silly that is? You're like, I want to be an aerospace engineer, but I don't want to go to university, so I'll just figure it out. Okay. Really? Okay, well, let's say you don't have $100,000 to get a good university education. Okay, well, you have $88, don't you? No, I want to spend 8 years figuring it out because I don't want to spend $88. And you're like, oh, okay, not wise. I should put it back to 888. All right, so anyways, there's our scenarios. Very cool. Right on. Definitely a risk on. So once the stock market opens, you'll probably see some happiness and some joy. It's going to be a good day. So again, at noon, CIA, I will meet you in the CIA room for an hour and a half. We'll do a performance review, just like we do every month. Then we'll take a break. We'll meet up at wherever I decide to do the FOMC live stream. And we'll do that. It'll take probably an hour. We'll get the event. Then we'll read the SEP. And then we'll watch maybe the first 30 minutes of the press conference. So that'll be an hour. So what is that? So then we come back at 3:30 to the CIA room. And then we start our rotation and rebalancing. And then we'll deploy that 3,000. And so we'll add to our positioning. That puts our book to getting pretty close to 70,000. We started at 50,000 in November. That gets us pretty close to, I think by the next meeting, we'll be at 70. Which is, pretty good. So anyways, anybody here? Will anybody here join for the FOMC interest rate decision? If you want to wait, like 3 minutes, I can create the live stream, and I'll give you the link, and then you can click on the reminder. What do you think about that? Is Is that an amazing idea? Wayne, that is amazing. Okay, so hang on. Just give me 3 minutes, right? Come on now. Give me 3 minutes. And I'll create it for you. Go live. Schedule. And we'll do this. And I'll reuse the settings. Fed interest rate decision. Oop. Okay. Okay. And okay, so hang on. I gotta next. Next. And we go to next. All right, so we are going to schedule this for today at 1:45. What do you stink? Does that smell like a plan? Let me get you the link. The link, what is this? Share. Copy. All right, here's the link. Everybody. Okay, what you do is you go to this link and then you click on like the reminder. Notify me. Everybody good? Okay, say hi. I'm in, Bubba. So I'm going to set the reminder. All right, click the reminder. And then say, I'm in, Bubba. Right on. JP's always first. Who's in? I'm happy already. Who else is going to meet me? The doctor's in the house. Okay, let's see you. Galactic, intergalactic, intergalactic, boom, 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 intergalactic, boom, intergalactic, boom, boom, boom. Sinden. He's in. Who else? Who else is in? Yeah, Jim, but I got big plans for something up my sleeve for later. And it'll make you happy. But I don't want to double cross pollinate and all that kind of stuff. Sort of what got in the way is doing summer school. I wasn't going to do summer school, right? And then 2 or 3 people mentioned that they had, emotional. It was an emotional challenge to execute the trades that they intellectually understood. I'm like, all right, well, I'll fix that. And I got with Ryan. We spent probably together 5, 6, 7 hours and then individually working on it, 20 hours of preparation, maybe even more. And that became the focus. You know what I mean? So it was just like, okay, I got to fix that, right? Oh, yeah, Jim, squeaky wheel. Yeah, no. Your feedback is incredibly important to me. And what you're saying, I'm like, I know. And it's already in the works. You know, it's already in the works. Yeah, we got something good. It's a big part of the future plan. So I got you. But right now, everything is difficult with summer school. We're putting in so much extra time. Okay, is that no one else? There's 10 people waiting. That's it? That's it? What are you other guys doing? There's 70 other people. Like, what maybe I have to refresh this. Maybe it's a YouTube thing. Like, what are you guys doing? Now there's 8 people waiting. So anyways, well, all right. Cruiser's at work right now, huh? Well, I know the management staff at Hooters is really strict. And so I understand. I got you. It's hard to live up to that. So anyways, hey, I will see you guys. Yeah. Hey, you should have seen me when I was a young man. Yeah. All right, so I got to go, babe. I got to jump. This was real. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Oh, and one last thing. That just happened.